Chat, YouTube, it's Tactic time. This time for a little bit of Jeskai Blink, which is what we're going to start today with. We got 2 copies of Ephemerate to go with our Riddlers and our Solitudes. We got 4 Consignment Memory, same idea to go with the Riddler and the Solitude. Also, you can turn Felly into a removal spell if you have Consignment Memory. Then we got 4 Discharge, 2 Pending as some targeted removal, 4 copies of Ragavan for a 1-drop threat that's very powerful. 2 copies of Wrath Disguise in the main deck since it synergizes with your Galv, and also Wrath Disguise is very powerful right now since Affinity is one of the best decks in the format. We got a couple copies of Fable for Blink target and also just generally a good card. Discards Flage and whatnot. And then you got Flage Arena of Glory, of course, 1 copy of Teferi, and then your Solitude Riddler for blinking stuff as well. Mana base wise, we got 2 arenas, 4 Arid Mesa, 4 Flood Strand, 4 Scalding Tarn as our 12 fetches. And then we got 1 Elegant Parlor, 1 Hollow Fountain, 1 Meticulous, 1 Sacred Foundry, Steam Vents, and a Thundering Falls to round out the mana base, along with a basic island, a basic mountain, and 2 basic plains. And you know what? I'm already going to make a change in here. I'm going to take out this basic island. Every time I see somebody lose with Jeskai Blink, it's because of this basic island. So I'm just going to make the executive decision to take it out right now. And instead, we're going to play like any other fetch or shock or something better. Let's just play another Scalding Tarn. How about that? Not a problem. Sideboard-wise, we got a Celestial Purge for dealing with opposing Flage or Goblin Bombardment, a couple cups of High Noon for Storm, another Wrath Disguise for Affinity, Strict Serenade, pretty good against either Affinity or maybe some of the Eldrazi variants you could bring this in against as well, because Karn is an issue for this deck. Not a huge issue, but it's just kind of annoying. Planeswalkers in general, like Ugin, are also an issue, so I kind of like bringing this in against Tron, but it's also probably got applications against stuff like Energy as well. Then we got Mystical Dispute for Affinity or for Blue-Black Frog lists, Surgical Extraction for the Graveyard Synergy decks, and the Persist decks. There's quite a lot of Persist and Gorios going around right now, so Surgical is probably in a pretty good spot. Charmaw, same idea as the Strict Serenade, very good against Tron. Ashiok for Titan, and then a Soul Guide Lantern for other graveyard decks. Let's give it a shot. I just can't stand the basic island. Yeah, I mean, I'm not about basic island in this list. I'd rather just not cast my spells than have a basic island. We'll see if that's correct or not. Yeah, just an Elegant Parlor. I think it's a mole. Alright, I forgot to mention also Flage Consign. Pretty common synergy that comes up in this list as well. Yeah, I'm not about Basic Island. I think I'd rather play many other things than Basic Island. I would honestly rather play the 3rd arena over Basic Island. Yeah, the Secret Lair Titans. I was playing the Final Fantasy Titans. Skateboard, huh? I kind of want to. I'm gonna consign the skateboard. Today's. I thought the no ban list challenges were on Wednesday. What time is the one tomorrow? The ones on Wednesday work perfectly for me. $7 a.m. Yeah, I'll probably pass. I think I'm gonna wait until Wednesday and do the one at noon on Wednesday. That one seems to work the best. I also want to start playing some more modern and standard challenges as well. Although standard challenges are tough. Cutter. Cutter Amber. Now let's go grab Elegant Parlor. Think I want this in the graveyard. I guess I could keep it on top because I'm gonna Pending plus Surveil. And also lines me up perfectly for this Flage. Get this Cutter out of here. Maybe we fetch up Mountain and Galv something. Emery. Oh, Dos Machinos. Interesting. Tamio Emery. I wonder if they have Graveyard Hate. This card's so good. I'm actually down to play like a couple of these in Affinity, I think. Discarded another copy of Machines. I don't think I'm gonna need that many Gelves. But I do think I hold up Galv here in case they play Tammy or an Emery. I'm gonna shock this in. But what's most likely gonna happen is they just like level up Machines. Yep. So they're playing the Sewers Cutter list. It looks like they probably have a couple copies of Surveillance Cam. Surveillance Cam. Maybe they're looking for the Emery skateboard angle. Well, there's the cam, and there's the machines, and there's the skateboard. Alright, let's murder this Emery. Return this Flage. Yeah, I think Machines is better than Cool by Root also, for sure. Cool by Root's a little weak. I think it's a little weak in general, probably. I'm gonna Solitude this Emery when they go to equip the skateboard to it. I do overvoltage. Otherwise, they just get to like return a bunch of cams and bad things will happen to me. Maybe they have Metallic Rebuke. The link's broken. Works for me. Sinks Flage back to my hand. That's pretty good. So I can activate Machines now. Needs 5 mana. I guess they don't have the mana quite yet for Machines. I guess I get this to Fairy down and I plus. I don't know if it was, it starts to make 3/3s every turn, which is quite strong against us. Did you play a terrible Dono deck today? Absolutely, Timmy. You picked a good day for a terrible Dono deck, too. Okay, so they just passed, which means to me they didn't draw mana. I think we just dash this Ragster. Swing on them. If they ever draw an Urza Saga, we're kind of in trouble also, so I kind of just want to keep ticking up this Teferi. So that we could potentially bounce an Urza Saga. Ooh, Flame. Why do I have to pay for it? 5 subs. Do I want to draw 2 or do I want to pop the Opal? Popping the Opal puts them farther off of the Machines level. I could also pop the Skateboards, so that way I don't get hasty womboed. Drawing 2 is like not that bad either, but maybe I should just pop. David, thank you for the 5. I'm gonna pop the Skateboard. Unsure if that's correct, but I think Skateboard's probably how they win this game in 1 turn. Alright, thanks, Timmy. Cutter. Alright, Cutter Tamio. I think all of that is fine. They can equip the Cutter onto the Tamio. If they do that, they can make a clue and draw a card. This is also pretty annoying, because then I can't kill the Tamio without bouncing the Cutter. At least not with Flage. I don't really want to bounce the cutter, though. Bouncing the cutter feels bad. Could bounce the clue token, maybe? I think we bounced the clue token. Not sure if that's correct. I also think I want to try to conceal this Arena of Glory. Yeah, if I found a consign, it would have been lethal, but I think banking on finding consign is probably too narrow. But killing this monk here and then like dashing Ragavan seems okay too. I got a Mox Opal. If they don't attack this Teferi, I could kill this Teferi and have that be the 6th card in my graveyard as well. So they kind of have to attack Teferi, so I don't minus and just kill my own Teferi. Give me a stinker. I mean, it's a Celestia aggro. How bad could it be? Oh, it's Infect. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, they figured out the line of don't let me minus on Teferi and get my 6th card in the graveyard. Other machines. Machine seems great. Especially in this grindy matchup. I get to flip the Tameo. Maybe I should have played Arena of Glory, and then I could have surveilled with my fetch land this turn. Also, if I draw a 1-mana removal spell, then I can use that 1-mana removal spell. Or Tameo. Riddler's pretty interesting. So if I haste Riddler, could also haste Flage if I draw something I can cast. Oh no, I guess I'm one short. Dragon's gonna be a 1/1. I think I attack Riddler at Tameo and then see what they do. Curious to see if they want to block with this Tameo. Okay, so they could buy back a lot of things that are pretty problematic for me, so I think I just want to put another Flage in the graveyard and deal 3 to this Tameo. It's been a pretty grindy game. Oh, that's really bad for me. I could equip the cutter onto it and then get back Cam. Uh-oh, we're in danger. We are in danger, chat. Their deck's kind of crazy resilient. We have a couple copies of main deck Wrath that we could find. Maybe I made a mistake dashing this Riddler. Or, you know, warping this Riddler with haste. It's pretty much like dashing a Riddler. Yeah, I think that... Oh, this deck's not really replacing Affinity, but it's like a Affinity adjacent that popped up recently. Because of the Sewer Cam combo, which I think is very, very strong. Blue-black discard deck in Standard is very medium but fun. If only we had Hopeless Nightmare. It is, it is. It's the list that won the Saturday challenge. So they didn't haste Emery, which is kind of crazy to me. What else did they pick up? They picked up Cam, right? I feel like I gotta kill Emery. I think if I fetch an untapped land here, then I can go both Fable and Flage. I think I'm supposed to kill the Emery. Could also kill Tamio. I think Emery's more threatening than Tamio. But Tamio can buy back Flame, which is a little annoying. I'm further away from my Mox Opal being turned on now. This deck's kind of hard to play. Damn. I had a lot of decisions to make this game. I can also buy back Unholy Heat and kill my Flage. So maybe I'm going to sacrifice their Tamio to buy back Unholy Heat. Because I could also tap this down and draw 2 cards if they wanted to. But I think sacrificing Tamio, picking up Unholy Heat, and killing my Flage is probably their best bet. It's a lot of Monk tokens that I think I'm going to have trouble beating. Especially since they can cycle this cam and tap something. Yeah, they picked up Unholy Heat. So it looks like they are going to Unholy Heat the Flage. This game does end if I ever draw Wrath Disguise, though. They could have used the Mox Amber mana. And then they could have also popped the Sewer Valence. Any chance for a YouTube stream? I should be live on YouTube. Is YouTube broken? I should be live. But let me double check. Consign to memory. Consign doesn't really help me. I think I just spin it here. To a fetch land. Two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I haste this Riddler? If I haste this Riddler, I have 8 damage. I'm missing 1. I think I'm supposed to haste this Riddler. Doesn't look like the YouTube stream's working. Oh, wait, I was supposed to hold up a haste mana. Shit. Is it gonna work out anyways? I might be able to Flage post-combat. I messed up here, though. I was not supposed to use both my haste mana. I think I just got bailed out by this grinding station, by the way. Let me try restarting the YouTube stream. I updated my OBS, and I wonder if updating my OBS caused my YouTube stream to crash. Crazy streamer luck. I messed up for sure that game. I got bailed out. Extra Wrath. I think Soul Guide, Lantern, and Surgical Extraction are probably good as well. Mystical Dispute can come in. I think Ragavan should be out. Purge is good for Cutter. Oh, Ashiok. Is Ashiok actually not that bad? High Noon seems great too. Maybe one less Flage because they probably have Graveyard Hate post board. I think a couple copies of Consign, or maybe all the Consigns could just come out. Consign seems kind of poor in the matchup. I had to like what Consign or Skateboard. Let's bring this in over to Teferi. Oh, Teferi's not that bad against Saga. Kind of feel like I need Solitude also for Emery. Maybe a Fable can come out. Yeah, I heard somebody got in a fight at Hunter Burton. Sorry, Darth. I don't know why my YouTube stream's not working today. It's probably because I updated my OBS and I have to go fix the configuration or something. The YouTube stream will be back up tomorrow. Yeah, somebody got in a fight and got arrested at Hunter Burton, which I have to imagine was Spike. That's the only candidate that makes sense in my head. Aspiring violence. Ooh, discharge. I guess I grab blue red, red white, blue red, red white. Blue red, red white. I don't know. Let's get Sacred Foundry. I heard the guy was off his medication or something. I have no idea what actually happened. I obviously wasn't there. But that's what I heard. But Hunter Burden is a crazy place to fight. I'd be saving that for the Waffle House. Later, Tamio. I think I want to leave this on top also. I guess I could graveyard this and look for a land. I think this is just too good. I'm going to leave it on top. I want to leave up Mystical Dispute also. So I think just doing 3 damage here and then passing and leaving up Mystical Dispute for machines is probably good. They have Cutter. I'm a little bit sad. But I'm cool just killing all their Tamios. I feel like if you keep Tamio and Emery off the board, this deck struggles so much. They can Spellbomb and bounce by Goblin Shaman, but if they want to spend the entire turn doing that, I'm pretty okay with that too. I think we pass and don't bring back Flage. If we bring back Flage, it's going to get bounced by Spellbomb, which, yeah, I mean, it could be worse. Oh, the YouTube stream's working. Oh, heck yeah. Which is why I was thinking about cards like Goryo's Vengeance and Postmortem Lunge, because both of those, just bringing back the 2 most important cards of the deck, seems great. Turn 1 cap is pretty powerful too, if you're playing with weapons manufacturing and stuff. I didn't really like the build with Ravenous Robust as much as weapons manufacturing. Weapons manufacturing felt a lot better. Ow. Yeah, I was thinking about Postmortem Lunge because you don't have to splash, and that's pretty nice. Frog. I think this is Goryo's. I feel like I'm just supposed to Solitude this and dash the Ragster. Postmortem Lunge gives haste. So you can bring back an Emery with haste for 3 mana. Frog. If I discharge, then I can't dash the Ragavan, so I don't think I want to do that. I think this is just a Fable turn. I think connecting with the Ragavan and getting myself the treasure is a little bit better than making him discard a single card. Because it also prevents 2 damage as well. So I think dashing and waiting for them to block and discard is probably not as good. There's 1 card on top. I'm probably going to discard enough to make this thing fly. If they do that, I could spend the discharge to make him discard an extra card. I don't know if they'll do that, though. Alright, I'm down to block here. Graveyard Trespasser. Hmm. Oh, this is great. I can actually kill this frog now. I was a little bit worried that they would discard their entire hand and save this frog, and I don't really have an answer to it. This worked out pretty well. I think I'm going to discard this Ragavan also. Consign with Riddler seems great. I think I just discard this Ragavan. I could haste this Riddler. I don't know if hasting the Riddler is actually in my best interest, though. Let's not haste the Riddler. Let's make him deal with the Riddler. Well, I've done that before plenty of times. If I ever have a laptop next to my PC, I'll be moving the wrong mouse like crazy. Did that a lot in college. Ooh, Shizuki. Stun my Riddler. Alright, we're gonna upkeep Discharge this Kaito, so I can draw 2. That seems good for me, because they don't have an answer to the Riddler other than stunning it. Is Jeskai Blink the best deck in Modern? No. It's the Jund of Modern. I think it's probably well positioned, though. A lot of affinity lists are popping up. I think killing this Graveyard Trespasser and bidding this Rathless guys is going to be good. Because then I can discard this Rathless guys that I don't need and also draw 2 during my draw step if I still have this Riddler around. People say Energy is the Jund of Modern, but I still think Jeskai Blink is the Jund of Modern. Energy doesn't feel very Jundy to me. Well, those are pretty good. I copy Riddler at end step, or do I just play Raga? I think I copy Riddler at end step. My end step. So his frog doesn't connect. Okay, Mystical Dispute in. Yo, what happened to Magic Online? It's feeling buttery today. Did they like push an update through Magic Online that removed a lot of lag? Maybe it's because I haven't played Magic Online in 2 days. Either way, it's feeling pretty buttery. Shedding a lot more users. Damn. So you're missing an island? Oh, I'm missing an island on purpose, don't you worry. Strict Serenade? Counters Frog for 1 mana. I think I'm interested in the Strict Serenades here. I'm not super interested in the Consign of Memories. I don't think I'm interested in the Consign of Memories, like, at all. Problem is, it doesn't counter, like, a Ninja Kaito. And, like, counters Heartcast Kaito, but maybe that's fine. I have pretty much never found the island to be clutch. Against Blood Moon, I think you have enough Fables and Ragavans to the point where you don't even care about an island. Maybe if you really wanted to care about Blood Moon, you play 3 Fables instead of the Teferi. My hand's great, by the way. The only thing his hand's missing is like a Prismatic Ending for a Frog on 2 or a Mystical Dispute. Other than that, my hand is very, very good. I have to imagine that Frog's coming down. Also, the fact that they fetch basic Swamp tells me that they probably have Harbinger of the Seas. So having this basic mountain in my hand is pretty good too. Well, there's the Prismatic Ending I was looking for, so I'll leave that on top. Gives me Frog insurance, unless they have Force Negation. Where Island? Bye-bye, Frog. Org. I also don't have Counterspell up right now. They could have Bowmasters instead. I have to decide if I want to flash in Felly or if I want to hold up, or if I just want to jam Fable while they don't have Counterspell up. I feel like jamming Fable's good, but also I can see the merit of leaving up Felia here. Another Frog. See what we draw. I don't know. Is it Fable or do I just play Felia, play Ragavan? I kind of like play Felia main phase, play Ragavan main phase, and just say go. Just makes their counterspells a lot worse. Now they're sitting on counterspell, they're gonna be feeling a little bit meh. Take my Fable. But if they're sitting on removal, they're feeling better because they can push whatever one that they want, probably the Felia. But I do have a second Felia in my hand, so maybe they push the Ragavan. They're probably gonna fly the Frog and cycle for a card. Cameo. I guess I could also see them just passing. Now they're just gonna go for the pass. Shame. Holy crap. These are some great hits. Okay. Well, if I swing both and I target Riddler with Felia, they block something, they discard with Frog, I get to Solitude it. I'm down to 1 card in my hand. Damn, this was nuts. What a crazy turn. When Drone draws well, I would like to Solitude this here Psychic Frog. That cool? And then I'm going to play this fetch land in case I draw something off the Riddler, because I'm going to get to draw 2 from the Riddler coming back. Alright, we didn't draw anything, so I probably could have gotten away with the Elegant Parlor instead. But if I drew some sort of instant speed interaction like Galv, I could have Galved the Tameo here. That's fine. They probably can't win. Shee! Yo, this Riddler card's cracked. I think it's Spike's fault that we all bought Ketramos for too much. Spike. Energy. Let's grab a Steam Ments. A Jambi. We have a couple options here. I could kill Johnny, or I could pending the Cat Warrior token, and then just like leave the Johnny out. They have another Ajani, it's pretty bad for me. I guess it's bad if they have another Ajani either way. I'm gonna do something interesting here. I'm gonna pending the Cat Warrior. So I can play this Ragavan also. I don't know if this is correct. Ragavan's definitely getting sided out here. No blocks. I'm gonna let this flip. So I can also just flage this. Unless they plussed it. Yeah, it's not a real doghouse this go around, Torborg. Ouch. That's a lot of Ajani. I do have Flage in the graveyard. Ragavan's probably never connecting anyways. I think I just send this. Let me grab Montagna, and I found a group of locals and also the remnants of Flex Slot Diamond to test with. So I do have a testing team now, yeah. A small group of unofficial, unnamed team testing team, but a group nonetheless, I suppose. Yeah, the ragtag crew. Gonna deal 4 damage. Killing that one. Try to solitude the other. Hey, 7 hours ain't bad. Wrath of the Skies in, Ragavan out. Serenade, Surgical, Celestial Purge. I want Soul Guide Lantern. Maybe Soul Guide's a little bit overkill. Teferi's not that good in the matchup either. Yeah, not scrappy. It's an unnamed team. Pretty much flex slot diamond remnants plus a couple of SoCal people. Yeah, 7 hour drive's not that bad. My planes. I don't know if I'm supposed to pitch the second ephemerate because then obviously the jig's up. But I think the jig's probably up anyways. That I have ephemerate. But having Riddler ephemerate's pretty nice also. I kind of wanted to rat this guys. I could pitch Felia, but Felia's my next turn play. It's just been an ephemerate, I think. Well, this worked out swimmingly. I'm not sure why they decided to do that. Also, I should have let them probably kill the cat and then ephemerate with the Johnny flip on the stack, but that's fine. Kind of worked out anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I guess they didn't notice we exiled Ephemerate. You can probably safely assume that another Ephemerate's coming. Now he just gets a Dog Riddler. I don't think if there's one thing I need to fetch over another. It's a lot of dog. Mayhaps too much dog. This is a mulligan. I don't think we can keep a hand that does nothing before turn 3. Especially not on the draw. Yikes. I go to 5. My opponent also went to 5. I think I go to 5. Alright, well this actually is perfect, because I can put back 2 Ragavons now. That's why you play 4 copies of the legendary creatures, chat. Because you could just put them back when they're bad. Looks like Affinity. It should look mighty familiar, Spelly. You made this? They named Flooded Strand? Aha, you fool. Another bobble. I was thinking about Wrathing. Wrathing for 1 might have been good here. That was my Ragavon. I think it's close. A dog. I think I can still get away with Wrath for 1 here. I could also... I could attack with both and then blink the Ragavon. And then Wrath for 1. And they kill my Felia. I could also just attack, save nothing, and then Wrath for 2. Maybe it's Wrath for 2. I don't know. This is hard to say. I guess Wrath for 2 is better. I have a different line where I can save something. Nah, I think this is it. No, if you flicker the munitions, then they do damage. And they have 1 card in hand and no board. It seems very hard for them to win from this spot. Just gonna cast this now. Letting him have weapons manufacturing, I think, is like the way that they get back in this game. What's up, Thunder? Long time no see. Yo, will I be seeing you at the doghouse by chance? The IRL doghouse? My hand's not very good. Our draw's been a little bit land light. Oh, congrats, Thunder. Miss you, buddy. Oh, my hand's not getting any better. I got a dog and a dream. Mystical Dispute, Strict Serenade. I think 2 consigns can come out. Do I ever want Charma? Charma intrigues me, but I don't think it's good enough. Yeah, consign's pretty meh. Ragavan's also super meh. I think Ragavan is better if they don't have Ravenous Robots. If they do have Ravenous Robots, Ragavan's unplayable. Sure. I want to take a mulligan. I don't think I respond to this. One, two, three, four. I could Solitude Ephemerate, which keeps them off the Kappa, and then I can Wrath the next turn if they play like a Saga. I think I upkeep Solitude Ephemerate. Yeah, I'm just trying not to lose the Kappa, which seems like a good plan. Rip Solitude. Okay, they did not have Kappa. Guess they're just gonna play Pinnacle Emissary. I could Wrath to stop them from playing Pinnacle Emissary, but I think I need to save this Wrath for an Urza Saga, so I'm just gonna pass. I don't think I'm supposed to Wrath here. It's close, but if they play like an Urza Saga the next turn, I'm just gonna get cooked by Urza Saga. You should be able to find an answer to Pinnacle Emissary at some point. Here comes the Kappa. No Kappa here, but they also didn't play Pinnacle Emissary, which is a little bit concerning. I guess they have instant speed interaction. Entomb Flage, by the way. What's it like to be a gangster? Tormod's Crypt. Rude. I could leave another Riddler on top. Try to set up for Wrath for 3 next turn. No, they drew Kappa. I'm gonna have to Solitude that. Nah, I don't even think this is Turbo Greed. Also holding up Metallic Rebuke. Nah, Chad, I think this is not Turbo Greed. So I'm not killing this Pinnacle Emissary if I Wrath that last turn, so I mean, it's like, I don't know, they could rebuild so easily into a Kappa. We're gonna do it on upkeep at least. 4% other Pinnacle Emissary, okay. Eh. Don't wait, thank you for the raid. Force negation. Mystical dispute, I see. So I have to Solitude this to survive. I think I'm probably drawing pretty dead. I have to draw it in the Wrath. No, it's not another Wrath, so. Yep. How you doing, Josie? And we running back. High noon? No. Franklin got you sick? Kick his ass. I'm doing well. Pretty happy that we got the IRL Doghouse plan solidified. Hopefully I'll see you there with Franklin. Honestly, even though we lost that last game, I'm not mad about how we played that game. I thought it was fun. Oxopool, okay. Tormod's Crypt, yep. It was kind of unfortunate that they found the Tormod's Crypt, but I don't know. Not sad about how we played that at all. Strixhaven rate's pretty good too. Let's leave a pending on top. Alright, this is less good for me now. I think I'm supposed to pending the Opal. Hope they don't have another Mana Source. Or I could pending the Claws of Gix. I was supposed to Swan Song the Claws of Gix and then pending the Opal. No. No, it's quite bad for me. I think I'm gonna lose this game if I don't draw a Wrath. Urza Saga carries yet again. Alright, Capster down. I can also Felia exile. Exile this 9/9. Man, how good would Wrath this guy's be? I need another white source. Wrath. Fable. No. Also no. I think I'm just dead. I'd have to go Riddler into exactly Wrath. So if I attack here, they block there. 8. Can't produce a blocker. I think my out is Riddler Wrath. Well. I'm at 2. Dead to Claws of Gix. Or Engineered Explosives. Alright, not dead. I was dead to that last turn, but not dead to it this turn. Yeah, they didn't pop the crypt either, which is kind of interesting. Alright. Now, what is that chain called? Kura. Kura. Playing Storm. Portent. Okay, it's not Storm. Looks like I'm gonna need that consignment memory, though. Agnikella. Thought this was Storm at first, but it's definitely, when I saw they exiled the Portent, it's just Bluetron. Condescend. I haven't seen Condescend in a long time. Plays in Otawara. No, I'm pretty sure we get smoked by Bluetron. Low key. I don't know if this matchup's good. Now I have to make a decision. Do I want to consign Flage? I feel like consigning Flage isn't that good against them having 4 open mana. So I think I just pass and leave up the consign. Whatever threat they may have. Discards an Ugin. I could have Kozilek's Command. I do have Kozilek's Command. I think surveilling an end step is probably still correct. Let's get the X out my Flage now. And do whatever. I don't think I care for this land. That's been cast Solitude, but I really need to find a better threat than Solitude. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep him off of Tron even if I do pending the map. Alright, Solitude time. I guess if they condescend this, then I can pending the map. This matchup's pain. 1 top, 1 bottom. But I mean, they have enough lands to just be able to cast whatever anyway, so I don't even think this is great. You can literally just go cast whatever they want. Tron's here to gatekeep our 5-0. let's move on. Let's take out all the shitty cards. We have a lot of them. I want this against Blutron. Probably. I don't think Pending's great. Teferi actually seems good. Solitude's also kind of weak. Maybe I could run him out of threats with Solitude. Everything else in the sideboard looks pretty bad to me, except for maybe Pending for the map. No, I don't want Surgical. I could also just not have Ashiok in my deck. They're gonna have like stock ups and stuff. No, chat, we don't want Surgical. Reasonable hand, but no pressure. I don't think we can keep hands without pressure in this matchup. Thundering Falls, Riddler. Send the Riddler to the graveyard. I would love Defelia into Riddler, but I think Pending on the map is more important if they were relying on that for Natural Tron. I hope they have Tron anyways. Well, that was fun. Alright. Well, this is why this deck can...
Have you
Bing
peeked?
bong, bing bong, bing bing bong.
Have you peeked?
You're a third-rate duelist.
I can't take it anymore!